have something to say about myself deceased, but it's hopeless. I can't tell you that I'm deceased more than I already have, except for that I'm on television in the threatening, that is the internet. I'm posting this on the internet and it's television to myself. And I don't have the threatening that I need to be on television. What I what I really need is that I am deceased out of the formed world, but there's something between myself and deceased out of the formed world, and that is television or the internet. I think this would be my favorite flavor of body armor, but I don't know because I've never had this one before. And I would like to have more, but this will be the last one I ever have because I don't have karma to be here. I'm the overlord, I make a lot of assertions, and I don't always see them come true. But I don't have any money, and I don't have anyone who is offering to get me food on time. It's late for someone to get me food for that I need it in some days from now. What I would like to say about anyone who has ever given me food is, I am none higher than me deceased. If you give me food, that is myself giving food to myself, and I eat it. But from your point of view, you are not myself. I am yourself, you are not myself. If you are not myself, you need to get out of the way of that you're giving food to somebody who's not yourself, because that's you in the wrong where you are in position in alive. Don't stand there and wait for me to thank you. Don't stand there and wait for me to ask you to get me something specific for myself from you, like it's a gift that I asked for. You want to give me a gift that I asked for. Wow, if I was going to ask for something, I would ask for a house, food, clothing, and shelter for the rest of my life, and the one who gives me the key goes straight into a prison and stays there forever. That means they're already in the morgue and mortuary before I go into a brand new house just for myself. So don't think that I asked you a question ever. There's none of you that I have ever asked you a question because I'm wrong somewhere in myself and I don't really communicate directly with God very well. Well, that's you trying to separate yourself from the God who might be there to make it possible for you to hear somebody ask you a question. Look at how many people there are in public. You should be careful with what you say, asserting that I might ask you a question because I'm none higher than me deceased and there's no one who would help me in this world. How do you know that? Who are you? Creator H, creator of all the strangers. You're all descendants out of Jesus. And Jesus doesn't have a life here, and you're so proud and arrogant that you're alive, and you don't know how to get a death on yourselves in such a way that you don't end up like Jesus himself being crucified. And then he didn't even see the crucifixion because he doesn't know how to turn himself into the police and turn himself into God and say he wants a crucifixion of himself and to say exactly why. I have made all these videos about what I'm angry about in my lifetime. I've made about 137 videos, and they're not all posted on YouTube. I have some that I just deleted. And it's true that I don't have everything set out of my 46 years of alive in videos. It's 46 years of alive in karma, and I don't have that all in videos in the threatening. But I have told God enough about myself, about why he is not to hurt me anymore with any of your needs and problems, and the way you accept that you think I've asked you a question. You think that my God and I don't hear each other. I am none higher than me deceased. The only question I have is, why aren't you deceased? And that's because I am myself. I don't have another question for you. I'm creating a mind for myself. I'm the creator of the God form, the Godhead here, and I'm creating a mind for itself that it doesn't want. It's about that I don't know when I'm going to leave alive, and I don't have all the food I need between now and the end of alive, and I don't have the rent paid. And it's true that I don't owe the rent money anyway, but that was elsewhere as an emergency. I had to pay the rent for other reasons. For example, I had to pay the rent because I have a last name Moser and I don't have a house. That means I have a last name, I don't have a house. I'm not a shunt. I didn't illegally alive in an apartment. I alived in a house, and I'm not in a house at all. Well, that's how I ended up in an apartment. Somebody from my MOSCR last name wanted me to live in an apartment. Yeah, but that's not my ass to live in an apartment. No, it's my ass get out of my house because it's my house, and you still don't believe it's my house. I think you physically want to fight with me, but I'm just going to give you the bad news now. When it comes to Superior Founder, I'm not going to physically fight with everybody who made me angry and want to get in a physical fight with you because you are physically close to myself. I find you in contempt of myself, and you have a crushed head and a crushed body. Donna, Hans, Mitch, Steve, Cheryl, you have crushed head and crushed body. I don't have a body to fight with in Superior Founder with you. You're here using the body because you don't know how to die. If you knew how to die, you wouldn't be in your body anymore. It would be surrendered to Superior Founder and you'd be out. But I find you in contempt of myself. You don't know how to die because you don't know whose house it is. In every which way, you would have to know it is my house to myself. It's so hard. I haven't been in my house for 25 years. You're just that far in the wrong is not true. You're as far in the wrong as if I left my house before I met you. That means I saw Donna in my house, I didn't speak to her, I didn't meet her, and I walked out of my house the front door, and I never came back. That's how far in the wrong you are. I can say that right now. My name's Lucky in that scenario. Lucky Hall. I saw Donna in the hall, and I ran all the way out of the house, and I never came back in the threatening. That's not true that it happened. It's true that I died, and I couldn't get out of the house because I died. I saw somebody in my house who's not myself, and I died because it's my house. That's all I could do. If I go outside, I would die that way too, but I didn't actually have the threat that way. I have that my name is Becky here. That means I can use the name Becky. Becky, not Bucky. I'm stress drinking a body armor. Not thirst drinking, stress drinking. I have something wrong with my money right now, which is I don't actually know you personally, but I do know myself deceased. That means whoever sees this video, they may or may not agree with me, but I do agree with me that I am deceased right here. Thank you for your time. And that's because Creator 8 is deceased right there.